Love Hendrick.
Turn up. What's the deal, Bone?
Amazing.
I don't know about you, but we came to party. Everything brand new, cause we came to party. Lottie-dottie.
Yo. What's the deal? It's your boy, Who is Hendo, and we back talking sports. Now, today we're gonna be talking about something that's actually blowing up on NBA Twitter, on YouTube. A couple of NBA YouTubers have made videos about it. Too Raw for Sports, Dreamers Pro. Shout out to both of y'all, man. Two of my favorite people to listen to about sports. Stephon Marbury, apparently an interview is coming out about him and his thoughts on the GOAT debate and, all-time rankings and everything. As you can see, I got my Kobe hat on today because this definitely involves Kobe. So, Stephon Marbury, he basically said Michael Jordan is unrankable. And you really can't compare anybody to Michael Jordan. And I'm going to play a clip from my boy Dreamers Pro again. Him reading what Stephon Marbury said and everything. He basically was saying Michael Jordan was unrankable. And so I'm going to play this clip from Dreamers Pro to my boy Charles reading, the article and everything.
Lord's University offers a fast and affordable way to earn your nursing degree.
What's up, everybody? It's just Charles, and welcome you guys. .com, their sports section. So let me just get into it here. Basically, it starts off with the headline: LeBron James can be compared to Michael Jordan, reveals Stephon Marbury.
And that's fact. LeBron James cannot compare it to Michael Jordan. It's a debate with Kobe and LeBron, but when it comes to Michael Jordan, not even Kobe can stack up, bro. And I love Kobe to death, like my favorite player of all time. But I can be honest with myself.
Stephon Marbury said one question. He says, people want to rank Jordan. Jordan shouldn't even be ranked. It should be Kobe, then LeBron, and then you guys can pick after that. There's no comparison, man. It's not the same. It's just different worlds, different mentalities. I don't know why Jordan's name is mentioned in the same conversation sometimes. I'll clear it up real quick. There's really no need to talk about it. I mean, as the best player, those guys, Kareem, Bill Russell, somebody had to give them the ball to do what they do. Jordan.
That's actually a good point in my estimation. Somebody had to give them the big men, the Kareems, the Bill Russells, and everything like that. Somebody had to give them the ball so that they could do what they do. Which, not a big KD fan, but that's what makes KD so great too. He was almost just as tall as Kareem, Bill Russell. You know what I'm saying? Shaq, I think Shaq was 7'1". KD is 7 feet. I don't care what nobody's saying. KD is not 6. KD is 7 feet. But that's what makes him so great, is that he's just as tall as a center. Not as big at all, but he's just as tall and got handles, mid-range, three, and everything. So
got the ball, and that was it. Those guys, Kareem, Bill, Russell, Shaq, those guys are the type of guys that are different specimens on earth that played the game. Jordan is not. Jordan is not from earth. That's different. He's not the same. And I think it'll really be insightful when they drop that Michael Jordan, when they drop that whole piece. I don't know if they didn't drop it yet.
So I think he's referring to The Last Dance. So this has to be a little before that happened. This interview may be a little dated and then they might have put it out now. It's just now coming out now, but I think he's talking about The Last Dance, which actually hurt a lot of GOAT debates. You know what I'm saying? People really getting revisionist history about Michael Jordan and everything he went through.
Series. April 19th, yeah. The crazy part is that now everybody is home, so nobody can go anywhere. All the kids have to watch it, and they're going to be like, damn, this is crazy. So it's kind of like going to mess up things for guys like LeBron James and them saying, like, you can't say LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan. Come on, man. LeBron's a great player. Don't get me wrong. A great player. Unbelievable. Amazing. But better than Michael Jordan, it's not even the same. It's just different. In fact, it needs no explanation or explaining, because we can't talk about Jordan's game. It's like we need to talk about what other people are not.
And that's so true. People can't find a weakness in Jordan's game, so they try to go to three-point shooting when they know in the 80s and 90s, three-point shooting was not as used, or it was not as influential as it is today. It was really mid-range and in the paint. Interior scoring ruled everything. Jordan was putting up 35, 40 on just mid-range, bro. For real. He averaged maybe about 2 or 3 threes a game. And people try to act like if Jordan was in this era, he wouldn't be able to adapt. I'm pretty sure Jordan would have worked on his three, and Jordan would have shot at least 35 to 40% from three. I really believe that. Because Kobe, some years, shot 35 to 38% from three. I don't think Jordan would have been a top 5 3-point person, but he could have shot somewhere between 35 and 38%.
I remember it like it was yesterday. I was just in awe. I was so much in awe that they jumped the ball, scored, and I was standing there looking, and then after that I snapped out of it. But it's fun, man, being able to say you played against Jordan. You went at Jordan, and Jordan said, I couldn't do nothing with young blood. So the real spoke the real. So you heard what Stephon Marbury had to say there, talking about Michael.
So now I'm going to let my boy Charles get off too, because he really be coming up with a lot of interesting stories, and I be wanting to get my take on stuff when NBA is, you know what I'm saying, slow rolling. So I'm trying to find stories to come up with. My take on this is like this. Well, I'm going to let Charles get off first. But basically, Stephon Marbury, another player, shutting down this GOAT debate that should have never been a debate in the first place. Telling you that what Michael Jordan did in the league was so unattainable that he shouldn't even be ranked. He shouldn't even be ranked. The stuff that he did, and he retired in 1998, came back and then retired again in 03. And people are, it's 20 plus years later, people still are regarding him as the GOAT. His numbers have still not been beaten. You could talk about Wilt and you could talk about Bill Russell. Wilt didn't win as much, and Bill Russell had the rings, but he didn't have the stats. So here's Charles, and then I'm gonna give y'all my ending thought on it.
Jordan, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Bill Russell, Kareem, and Shaq. Y'all heard what he had to say. Now, I already know that his comments are going to spark a major debate on the channel, and we love that, right? That's what sports is all about. So here are my thoughts, right? I've always said, listen, if you aren't bringing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to the GOAT debate, I'm not interested in hearing it, in my personal opinion, right? I don't think there's a single argument from a resume standpoint that you can bring up and say, okay, we're going to put this guy's resume next to Michael Jordan's, and somehow we're going to try to make an argument. that this guy's better than MJ. I think Kareem is really the only person. Now, some people may say Bill Russell, but again, I'm only speaking from my standpoint. Now, if we're talking about just being a ball player and removing all of the stats from the equation, and we're just talking about basketball, then bring me Kobe. And we're just talking about basketball, then bring me Kobe. Kobe is the closest thing
to Michael Jordan
I have ever, let me not even say we have ever seen to Michael Jordan.
Right.
He has Kobe had arguably the deepest bag of any NBA player ever. If y'all think Kyrie Irving got a deep bag, you ain't seen nothing. His bag is not as deep as Kobe Bryant. It ain't even as deep. Kyrie Irving is a better ball handler.
Let me speak on that. This is all facts. Kyrie is the best ball handler with the best handles ever in the league. Period. That's what I think. But Kyrie Irving is a huge Kobe fan and worked out with Kobe and learned a lot of footwork from Kobe. Where Kobe learned his footwork from? Hakeem. Kobe worked with Hakeem and learned footwork and everything like that. Kobe arguably had the best footwork ever, bro. Arguably, bro, the best footwork of whether it be guard, small forward, whoever. Stylistically, he was the closest to Jordan. LeBron and Jordan really cannot even be compared because they definitely play two different ways, which in return is going to allow LeBron to average more assists, rebounds, because he's more, how can I put it? On offense, he's a better all-around offensive player. I say that if you include rebounding and assists. But if we just talking about like in a whole vacuum, two-way, Jordan washes him. And Jordan, I was about to say it now, Jordan already said the only person that can beat me is Kobe.
And he's a creative finisher. Kobe had all the shots, all of them. And Kobe would finish with contact over 7-footers. Like, that's the fundamental difference. And when we talk about move, Kobe had every move. Right? Every single move. At one point, he was hitting left-handed three-point shots. Like, cut it out. His footwork, his post game, he was on another level. So Kobe Bryant arguably has the deepest bag in NBA history. I believe he's the only player in NBA history that can go toe-to-toe on a psychological level with Michael Jordan and hold his ground. Michael Jordan, it wasn't just about his will, but it was also about the mental intimidation on the court. Jordan had this Mike Tyson effect. Somebody cracked up when I said it, so I'm going to say it again. Jordan said it with his own two lips that Kobe was the only player that he believed that could actually beat him. Now, he cracked and said, he joked up and said, hey, well, because he,
you understand what I'm saying?
He stole some of my moves, but he did say that. I never heard Jordan say that about anybody else. And I personally believe that Jordan respected Kobe the most out of any NBA player that has ever lived.
Now, that was my guy, Charles from Dreamers Pro, reporting on the story, the Stephon Marbury story. I'm going to give my ending, thoughts on it. It's like this, bro. Thank you, Stephon Marbury. Thank you for, I don't want to say he killed this debate, but throwing another stone and dragging another knife into this GOAT debate. And it has prompted me to take Michael Jordan out of my all-time list. August 2022, I'm not ranking Jordan anymore. Jordan is going to be on the side, bro. I'm not ranking Jordan anymore, bro. Jordan is unrankable to me. When you listen to what Stephon Marbury said, bro, Jordan was so great, bro, that when this LeBron debate came up 5-6 years ago, or whatever like that, the only thing they can argue is that he didn't do it without Scottie Pippen. acting like this isn't a team game. But then again, that's what LeBron fans do. When LeBron wins, it was just LeBron. You feel me? LeBron did it all on his own. When he loses, he doesn't have enough help. He doesn't have this. He doesn't have that. When they're trying to argue the GOAT debate, LeBron has more total stats, blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that, blah, blah, that. Russell Westbrook clears Stephen Curry in everything when it comes to totals. Points, rebounds, assists, steals, blocks. But is Russell Westbrook better than Stephen Curry? No, he is not. Again, then when you start talking about analytics, I put up this analytic, bro, on this group chat on Facebook. And Kobe is a plus 36 in the finals. LeBron is a negative, I think, 80 or something like that. And somebody has said Kobe didn't play. He didn't play like that at all in the finals. Well, why is that stat there then? See, that's the problem with LeBron James fans, is that their arguments are never consistent, bro. First is stats, then it's rings, then it's, you know what I'm saying, something else. You know what I'm saying, is it stats or is it rings? Is it both of them? It does not matter. If it's stats, rings, analytics, Jordan clearly is better in all of them. Jordan has the highest PER. Jordan value over replacement, whatever that is, that's higher than his. He has led the league in PER more times. He has better playoff numbers than LeBron. Then, like, he's unrankable. That's why I agree with Stephon Marbury saying it's Kobe. You know what I'm saying? Then you could put LeBron, and then you could talk about everybody else. In my opinion, I'm taking Jordan out. It's Kobe for me. Then it's Kareem. He would be second. Then it would be LeBron. And that's just with me. But honestly, the 2 finals MVPs to 4 finals MVPs with LeBron and LeBron also, you know what I'm saying, he never, you know what I'm saying, he didn't really have that too much help with Cleveland and everything like that. So, thank you, Stephon Marbury, another player who is giving bigs to Kobe and chose Kobe over LeBron. When LeBron fans or any media or anybody like that says that Kobe is better than LeBron, they lose it, bro. Absolutely. Yeah, man. This being who is in though, man. I'm out.